Hello, welcome to Training at 45. I'm Mike and we're here in Mike's gym. So I've had a bit of a layoff from training again due to holidays and things like that. So today's topic is going to be on time volume training, which is something I've just gotten into now. So recently I was working on the John McCallum hip belt squat routine, and that focused very heavily on 20 rep squats. So it's very brutal for anyone who's ever tried to do that. So I needed to return to training with a bit of a different mindset. So the 20 rep squat routine was also taking too long, because it's a full body workout, lots of different exercises, all compound moves and things. And I think that maybe added to my back issues. So some of the workouts were nearly 2 hours long. And I even tried to do supersets and things to try and speed it up. I really developed like a killer instinct for it, and I craved just getting back under the bar. But as a lifetime natural lifter with other demands on my time and recovery, I needed a different approach. So looking at an old men's health book that I've got, I noticed a workout concept that was credited by a guy called Nick Nilsson. So the basic concept in the book is setting a clock for 10 minutes. The breakdown of it there, and performing the chosen exercise for that time. So for example, I've really got now into decline thick bar bench presses, because it gives me a little bit more clearance in the shoulder to work. So I use a weight that's roughly sort of 10 to 12 rep max, and I'll do 3 good reps, then have 10 seconds rest, then repeat that. So eventually the bar is going to slow down because that rest period is very short, and I might just about make the last rep and grind that out. So then at that point I'm going to have 20 seconds rest, which believe me feels like a great relief. Then carry on doing 3 good reps and keep going in that fashion until again you start to stall, and then you go for 30 seconds rest, and then till a total block of 10 minutes is up doing that. So the book doesn't say this, but what I'm doing is getting to the last set and then maxing out. So I might finish the last set with maybe 5 or 6 reps and absolutely grind that out. And then I really know I've worked as hard as I can. So with weight progression, I think with this you look at getting through at least the first third of the time block. So just over 3 minutes, still doing 10 seconds rest. If you're still on the 10 seconds rest throughout the whole block of time, you clearly need to up the weight. So I've been adding weight to this now for several of the workouts, and I know there's plenty more room in the tank, and it's really good. So I'll just go through a theoretical example of that. So looking at the example here, then we might be going for a 12 rep max on a given exercise, and in a conventional way of training you'd go and do your 12 reps after warming up, then have a rest for a couple of minutes or so, go for your next set of 12 reps where the last few are definitely going to feel difficult, and then rest again, and then you go for that final set where you're grinding out those last couple of reps just to make that, to then think about progressing the next time you train that exercise. So with the time volume training, we are going to just hit our 3 reps, have these little blocks of rest. So cumulatively we're doing a lot more reps in the set. So for that 10-minute block of time, we're actually doing 68 reps instead of 36. And in this theoretical model, we're going to get to around just over the 3-minute mark, and then start to struggle at 3 reps. Then we're going to rest for a bit longer and then carry on, and then start to struggle again. So actually within this methodology as well, there's 3 times where we're going to hit a real peak where we're struggling to push as hard as we can, versus the conventional way of training where we might peak only on the last set. And also there's several opportunities as well where we're going to be near our maximum failure point as well. So all in all, we've actually rested in less time and done more reps versus the conventional way of training. It could be argued that you don't need the rest after the last set, you might be moving on to another exercise, but typically you'd still need a breather after, if you're working hard enough. So after doing that, I will set up the next exercise and then do the same system. So my basic plan in a workout is to have like a press movement, a pulling movement, and then a leg movement. And if I feel like I want to add some arms, abs or calves, I might do that as normal sets at the end. So if it's like a unilateral exercise, like a landmine press that I've been really getting into, I might look at doing 3 reps in each arm and then having a 10-second rest and then resetting it. So I'm considering having a dedicated arms and calf day, because I'm finding, even though this is a much more shortened workout, I think then I could come back at it fresher. What I like as well, it's good variety. I could alternate between, say, a chest focused push workout and then a shoulder focused push workout, so it could be a lot more fresh. This is the same with the back, with say like a horizontal or vertical pull-in move. And with the legs, I've been experimenting with a lot of different exercises that lend themselves well. It's just a landmine hack squat, so that really works the quads hard, and vertical leg presses as well. So certainly I definitely had a workout after 10 minutes of doing those, and I'm thinking about adding leg curls, etc., and stiff-legged deadlifts to make sure the hamstrings aren't neglected. So I think time volume training is a useful alternative to standard progressive overload method. So the advantage of the volume-based workouts is they double up as a cardio workout as well, because of the short rest intervals and many sets. And so far it feels a lot friendlier on the joints and allows for a lot better form on every rep. There's less taxing on the central nervous system, so I'm sleeping a lot better. So there's certainly plenty of muscle soreness from the exercises. I previously attempted Vince Gironda's 8x8 training, but I found that couldn't be sustained for long, and it needed a lot lighter weights as well to complete all the sets. So I think this is a lot more automated. If you've gone too light, you can still work really hard with like the cluster sets that are in it, the short rests especially on the legs. And I can see it working really well for like body weight exercises where it's not easy to increase the load. So many sources say the time block should be 15 minutes, but I'm feeling my way with 10 minutes for now, and that feels enough to keep the workout time reasonable and ties in with the Men's Health publication. So I'll keep updating the workouts as I go along, and hopefully there'll be scope to try some different exercises. So yeah, welcome to all the new subscribers to the channel. Glad to have you on board, and I hope your training is going well and you feel inspired by some of this stuff. Okay, until the next time, keep training at 45.